my ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Welcome along, fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts, to another video. So, you've just downloaded the game, you've picked Yami Yugi as your starting character, and you're wondering, how do I go from stage 4, like just starting the game, to building your very first Dark Magician deck with all the latest support? Well, fret no more, because I'm going to be showing you through this video with a brand new account on BlueStacks how you can go straight from, starting the game all the way to all the new stuff, in very, very simple steps. So I will be cutting up bits and pieces here and there to, cut out all the unnecessary fluff that you don't need to watch, just to streamline this tutorial and to show you how easy it is to get started with all the new stuff. Now, what I do recommend doing, once you have, gone through all the tutorial stuff and you've gotten up to stage 4, close out of the game and then reopen it. By doing so, you will get a ton of login bonuses that you can claim right off the get-go. So I can go receive all, and you can grab a whole bunch of gems, get some tickets. If I just keep hitting receive all, I'll just keep getting a lot of different stuff. And so I'm just getting free stuff over and over and over. And we can use all these gems and all these tickets to get our journey started into getting the new stuff. And as you can see, with all the stuff we're claiming, I've already at 3,885 gems, which is a extremely good start for starting out your journey. So what you need to do first, before we do anything else after claiming all the login bonuses, you need to head to the information tab and scroll down until you see the friend invitation campaign, because there is one deck we're specifically going to need for one of the challenges, and there is also a Rush Duel deck which you can use to get started in Rush Duel, which Rush Duel is another avenue where you can get more gems. You can farm the characters, get free gems, and it'll help you to build up your Dark Magician deck and any other decks you might want to build. So it's always a good avenue to explore. So as with the hero deck, you will get a whole bunch of hero cards, fusion cards, and there's some level 8 warrior monsters, which is going to be important for a card we need to unlock. Now, what we need to do, so we need to enter the invitation code, and because I'm using BlueStacks, I have to type on my keyboard, but this is the code you can type in if you wish. If you have someone else that's given you a friend invitation code, by all means put their code in. So once we put this code in, we hit confirm. And because, this was my invitation code, this account has been given a free hero deck and a free light galaxy deck as well, and 500 gems. So that's even more stuff you can use towards building your first DM deck. So if we head to the gift box, claim our gems. Now we'll claim the light galaxy deck, which we can't use at the moment until you unlock the Rush Duel aspect of the game, but that's completely fine, no problems there. So we're just going to say no to copying cards on a deck, and then we're going to claim the hero starter deck, which has what we need to complete one of our missions. So we're just going to copy the cards onto a deck, and we're going to use Yami Yugi because we need to level up Yami Yugi quite a bit. So we've got that all done. We don't even need to set a skill. We're just going to go save, and then we're ready to go with that part there. Now, what you can do, if we go to the shop, for a limited time, there is a free 10 packs for new players until everyone, until the 8th of January 2026. The same goes for the Soul Servant structure deck. So what we're going to do, we're going to buy the free structure deck. Now, if you're watching this video after 8th of January, you won't get the free stuff, unfortunately. Just get what you can. So we've already got some new cards. We've got 3 copies of Dark Magician. We're pretty much almost ready to go straight away with this first deck. We're not going to copy the cards yet. We're going to buy another structure deck, so we're going to have 2 copies. So we've got 2 copies now of these cards, which this will help sort of build up your first, your extra deck as well, which your extra deck is not going to be that advanced when you're first starting out. But the one part about the Ultimate Chaos box that I really want to highlight is the fact that all the cards we're getting, there's Synchro cards, there's Synchro monsters, Link monsters, and with the structure deck providing Xyz monsters, we're going to be able to not only get ourselves started with like DM, we're also going to be able to complete missions very easily, which will let you expand your extra deck slots all the way to the maximum, which is 9. And like there's some easy Link monsters that will facilitate this, which I will demonstrate in this video. Now we're going to go for the free packs, see what we can pull. We're just going to skip through all these prompts, and we're going to guarantee the UR card that comes with this free pack. And we got an Illusion of Chaos, which is extremely good as a free card. If you get Illusion of Chaos as a guaranteed UR card for free, keep it. That's really strong, really good. Now, this is very big UI. Now with the boxes, I will always say get all the UR cards first before resetting. If you're going for specific cards, you're more than welcome to reset the box once you've gotten those cards. However, if you plan on getting any of these other cards in future, you know, it can make it harder if you just reset the box straight away. So I do recommend get all the UR cards first, Ultra cards, and then reset the box. That's the best way. That's the best recommendation I can provide, because that way you can make sure you can get one copy of each card so they can work towards any other decks you might want to play in the future. So we're going to spend, actually, no, before we spend gems on the boxes, sorry, I will need to highlight one more thing. If we go to the decks and search Dark Magician, hit OK here, search, we need to look for the Legend, oh no, not the Legend of Dark Magic deck, sorry, that is a Rush deck, a Secret of Magicians structure deck. This includes a copy of Secrets of Dark Magic, a copy of the Dark Magicians, and another copy of Dark Magical Circle. So we're going to claim that deck and grab this, and now we've got all the other DM cards ready to go, even though it doesn't include any Dark Magicians in this deck whatsoever. Very funny, Konami. Anyway. Now you might be wondering, oh, what about like Magician of Chaos? You can go for Magician of Chaos if you wish. It does get you a copy of Advanced Ritual Art, which you can use in a ritual focused build. It also gives you Dark Cavalry. With the deck we're planning on building up through this tutorial, you do not have to get Dark Cavalry or Magician of Chaos. If you wish to, you can do so later on. The Sword of Paladin deck is not needed whatsoever, as we will get a free copy of Dark Paladin through another means. Magician Navigation, you can, if you want to get another copy, you can, but it's easy to get it through box chips. So I do not recommend getting the Sword of Paladin structure deck. Now, Magician's Chronicle, you can get the Magician's Chronicle, deck, which will give you Chronicle Magician, which you can use to set up some Xyz summons, and you can also get Chronicle Sorcerers through this way. If you're planning on using maybe the Battle Chronicle Battle Chronicle skill, you'll get a free copy of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but this isn't necessary for your DM deck and is optional. It does contain a copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician, so if you do want to get that extra copy, you most certainly can. You can get this deck. Completely up to you. So now that we have our structure decks, we're just going to go into the Ultimate Chaos box and see what we can get with all these gems that we have so far. So as you're playing through the game and you're getting gems, make sure you just spend your gems on the Ultimate Chaos box so you can get a bunch of new cards. And obviously we're getting tons and tons of new cards, and the main ones you need to look at for like a Magician Souls, Master of Chaos, Illusion of Chaos, but also for the tutorial's purposes, you need to look out for the Sword Soul Synchro monsters. Because with the Soul Soul cards, the Synchro monsters themselves, and also the Link monsters as well, the Thunder Links, you'll be able to get these missions, like those extra deck missions, done very easily, and like only need to pull stuff from a single box. And pulling stuff from free tickets as well. See, we've got another Synchro monster here. We can do the Synchro mission very easily. So once you've dug through the Ultimate Chaos box, gotten your structure decks, make sure you go to your missions, claim your world missions so you can keep progressing the stages further and further. And also make sure you grab your lifetime missions as well. The Extra deck missions we will focus on at a later point is the perform 3 Synchro summons, perform 3 XZ summons, and perform 3 Link summons. You can get a ton of gems by doing a whole bunch of things, which will always be recommended to you. The main mission we want to focus on is the mission that will give us Black Luster Soldier, the normal monster. We just need to summon level 8 or higher warrior monsters one time in duels using Yami Yugi, which is very simple now that we have the hero structure deck. So, we need to check out our world missions, and for stage 4, we need to, win a duel with at least 500 life points remaining and complete the duel quizzes, which isn't too much of a problem. And also, we need to unlock Yami Yugi Street as well, so we can get our DM deck built and ready to go. So, what we're going to do, we're going to head to our standard duel list, and we're going to just start a duel here. Now, before I engage the auto duel, I'm going to show you guys some settings in the duel settings that I recommend you tick, like select, as this will make your dueling just a lot better to play. So what you do, in a duel, or even in the settings when you're on the world screen, make sure you go to your settings. You can change the camera to top-down view. It's just easier to see all the cards and click on them as well. Then you have card position. So normally the game sets it to auto. I recommend picking manual 2, because if you pick manual 1, it puts your spells and traps on the field automatically. It doesn't give you the option. With manual 2, however, you can select wherever you want to put any card. Doesn't matter what card, put them anywhere. Also have self-chain to on, because normally by default this will be off. If you leave this on, you can do combos like activating Dark Magical Circle and then activating Soul Servant immediately afterwards if your opponent does not have a response. Also change activation order to manual, because if you have it as auto, the game will just automatically prompt you, do you want to activate this effect, yes or no? Whereas if you select manual, it'll give you a list of effects that you can activate when you have multiple trigger effects. It just improves your dueling quality and just makes the game just so much easier to go through. And with the activation confirmation as well, have this as a toggle button so that when you're in a duel, if you want to switch your toggles off, you can. If you want to switch them to on, so you can activate a card or effect at any given moment in the duel, you can switch it to on. Or if you want to switch it to auto, so that the game will only ask you during the most important parts of the duel, then you can switch it to that. Going back to the duel settings, now there is a card selection view. You can either select list or single row view. Personally, I feel a single row view is a bit better to look at, because with list view, the cards are quite small, and it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to see them at times, but that's how it is. But yeah, single row view is what I use. And then all of these other things are just cosmetics. Display special processing. You can look at yours if you want, or don't show any of them at all, or show all the processings. 3D visuals, character lines, opponent's dialogue, player's name. Completely up to you what you want to pick for these things, as these are only cosmetic. Everything else though, follow these recommendations that are provided. It makes the dueling just a little bit better, easier. Now we're going to switch to auto. We're going to switch auto duel on and let auto duel do its thing, so we can try and summon a level 8 or higher warrior monster. And hopefully it does it. And we just lost one of our monsters. Wait until the game does its thing. And there we go. We have a level 8 or higher warrior monster that's been summoned to the field. Now that we've completed that, we can go to our lifetime missions. Collect our reward. We've got our Black Luster Soldier. If you've got any other rewards, collect them as you can. Collecting all your gems, collecting all your keys. And if you get any character unlock missions, make sure to complete those as well. So make sure to claim those as well, so you can get more gems as you're able to grind out the characters, keep getting more and more gems. Gems is the currency you need. You need every single opportunity to get gems. Make sure you take every single opportunity possible to get gems. It makes your life so much easier, rather than having to wait later on and then try and grind out those gems like crazy. Also, remember to make sure you claim your beginner missions as well. The more beginner missions you do, the more missions that'll show up for you, and the more gems you can get, the more stuff you can get, like the stones and the jewels as well, you know, for claiming cards from the trader and stuff. And all these gems that can just go all towards making your new Dark Magician deck. Now, you'll only have one deck to start off with, but we do still need to unlock Yami Yugi Street. So just make sure you just go through the auto duels. Just keep grinding it out until you get until you win 5 duels using Yami Yugi. All right, so we have progressed through a bunch of missions. We have gotten the ability to unlock Yami Yugi Street, and we've also advanced to stage 5. Now, for this tutorial, we are going to need to progress through to stage 7 in order to unlock the card trader, as that is where we're gonna need access to the card trader in order to get a skill for the ability to normal summon Blackluster Soldier without tributing. So, like, you know, game's gonna give you a tutorial on how to switch alt styles, and we just close out of this. But if we go back into it, there will be, the mission here, summon Blackluster Soldier 5 times while playing as Yami Yugi Street. And we have the Blackluster Soldier normal monster ready to go. So we still need, need to progress through the game a bit more. You will need to do the stage missions. What I do recommend doing with the beginner missions, make sure you switch to Joey at least once, and then just switch back to Yami Yugi. Because that way, you will get a free structure deck, which, we can switch back to Yami Yugi, have a look at the starter decks. Nope, that is the hero starter deck. Where is the Joey deck? Now, I couldn't find the Joey starter deck in my, deck list, because we need to actually claim it from the gift box. Any structure deck or starter deck that gets given to you or is always sent to your gift box, so always check there if you cannot find it. The reason we need this is because it gives us a free copy of Summoner's Art, which makes getting Blackluster Soldier into our hand a lot easier. Plus, it also has a couple of non-effect fusion monsters that we'll be able to send to the graveyard with the Battle Chronicle skill. So we were not going to copy these cards yet, but we still need to progress through a bunch of the missions. Since we have more gems, we can always go back to the Ultimate Chaos box, roll for 10 packs, see what we get, see if we get lucky, and we got Master of Chaos, which is perfect for our starting deck. And we've also got some more Sword Soul stuff. We've even got some Exo-Sister stuff as well, which you can use instead for the Xyz summons. Completely up to you. Now, we're not going to build a deck just yet because we still need the Battle Chronicle skill, so we need to progress to stage 6. So all we need to do is go to the gate, find Taya Gardner wherever she is, which should be over here. Duel Taya Gardner, skipping all the cutscenes, yada yada yada. And we're just going to use the hero starter deck that we got given, because the hero starter deck, very easy to get a bunch of stuff. Get a bunch of monsters on the field and just beat their gate characters a lot easier. Or a lot more easily, sorry.
Duel. You haven't seen anything.
Now, you will notice at the gate you cannot use auto duel. Keep this in mind, you have to do it all manually. So what we can do here, we can just go just normal summon Elemental Hero Stratos. Add a hero monster from deck to hand, which we will add Blazeman. Use Neo's Fusion. We can't quite exactly guarantee, going for game. But we could just send some monsters to the graveyard. We won't be able to special summon anymore. Get some attacks in. Brave Neos will give us another Neo's Fusion. Now, what would have been a better target to summon during my turn was Elemental Grand Neos, because you can bounce what the monster the opponent has. So I'll just demonstrate it here. Neos Fusion. What's a good way to OTK? Send Elemental Hero Neos and Neo Special Grand Mole. Use Elemental Hero Grand Neos as effect. Bounce the monster. and then just attack for game. It's a very easy way to OTK the weak duelists at the gate, and also the weak duelists you first go up against a standard duelist. But in time, they will get much stronger, and at the gate, you can also duel much stronger opponents, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you're playing as Yami Street like I did, you will get scenarios relating to, like, you know, playing against Taya Gardner, like here. So if you want to watch this, you can. This is from the anime. I think it's really sweet. I think it's really nice. But we're not going to watch this for the tutorial. We're just going to keep going with getting our stage missions up. And now we can get to stage 6. Completing the missions here, getting these gems. And now level 20 gate characters are available. No standard doors will keep popping up. A lot of things will pop up constantly. And if I remember correctly from my last attempt to record this, which didn't turn out well, unfortunately, this should be my Valentine. No, Rex Raptor, sorry. Wrong duelist. It's Rex Raptor. So we're just going to skip through this. We're not going to worry about the dialogue. But what we are going to do, once we're able to, like, you know, get through everything, the game's like, you know, the game's always just going to bombard you with so many things. It's not going to stop bombarding you with stuff as you progress through the game, like it's just doing here. It's just bombarding me with everything as a new account. Go to world, see if we can find the card trader, which he's not here yet. So we still need to go through one more stage, which involves using Joey Wheeler, and winning a duel against Rex Raptor, and winning 2 DM World, dual duels in DM World. I'm fumbling over my words, I do apologize. So what we can do, we can swap to Joey Wheeler, look at Joey Wheeler's deck, which is not great. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to copy another deck to this deck. We're going to grab the, where is it here? Oh, it's not in the list here. So when you get the Joey starter deck, make sure you copy it over. Oh no, there it is here. Yep, it's here. So just go save. Now we've got just a whole bunch of stuff ready to go. You know, it's Joey's deck. It does give us Summoners Art as well and all that. It's a way to do it. You can use the hero deck if you really want to. But just being, you know, Joey Wheeler, want to be on theme, we'll just use that deck. And you can select characters from this button here. So instead of scrolling through all of these, just hit this button here. Much easier to find the duelists. Now, keys will be difficult to come across when you're first starting the game, but what you can do, play through a bunch of events, and you can spend the events jewels to get more keys, grind against various characters. The more rewards you get from the characters at the gate, the more gems you'll get. Now that we've defeated Rex Raptor, we can go back to this character select screen, switch back to Yami Yugi, and we can just go to a standard duelist because you just need to win one more duel. Change the rewards to ×3 so you can get more rewards, and just let the auto duel do its thing and get through the game for you. Now you will need to keep in mind, once auto duel gets going, you cannot stop it until it decides to switch to the next phase. Keep this in mind, because I have had those moments where I've toggled auto duel on, then I've tried toggling it off, and it just won't let me do anything until it decides to move into the next phase. So keep that in mind for whenever you're using the auto duel feature. Now that we've completed that duel, we can go to our world rewards, claim everything possible, complete our stage missions, and now we're at stage 7. Once you're at stage 7, you will have access to so many more things. See, now we got access to the trader, we've got access to the vagrant, which is a good way to level up your characters. You will always get the first one for free. Any more after that, you will need to purchase crystals, which is the premium currency, which requires real money. So keep that in mind for future on if you do want to use the vagrants. You can always grind your character, grind out your character's levels with time. And now that we have access to the card trader, we can start getting the DM deck in motion. So we head to the card trader, go through the little cutscene, because, you know, oh, hello, I'm the card trader, blah blah blah. You can find cards and skills here. Folks, come in. or that he says, folks, call me the card trader. And you can find a lot of stuff here. You can, like, you know, you got your free cards, your keys, which you can exchange regular gate keys for different colored keys. Keep this in mind if you have like a massive if you have a massive lot of regular keys, you can always go for these colored keys here if you're lacking some. Then all you need to do for this tutorial is, you know, for the other stuff, we go to the exchange skills. And we look for skills that Yami Yugi uses, which you will see listed here. They've got Bane of Darkness and Battle Chronicle. We need the Battle Chronicle skill. We have enough stones and coins, so we're just going to exchange this. And we've got Battle Chronicle ready to go. So now we can head to Yami Yugi and we can build our Battle Chronicle deck. So we're going to be building 2 decks, Battle Chronicle, and we're also going to be building our first regular DM deck. So what we're going to do, we're going to disregard Thunder Dragon. That's for later on, which I will show you towards the end. We need to equip our skill, Battle Chronicle, so let's grab that there. And then we need to look for our Black Luster Soldier. So we've got our Black Luster Soldier, let's add that in there. And then we just need to look for our Summoner's Art. If you can't find Summoner's Art by putting in the apostrophe, just search in Summoner and you'll find it. Make sure you put that in there. And then we can add all of our Dark Magician cards to our list. So we can add our 3 copies of Circle that we got through the structure decks. Careful when you hit this button, it will show up a different screen. You can get our Dark Magician cards in there. We can get Dark Magician Girl in there, why not? Secrets of Dark Magic, Dark Magicians. We've got our Illusion of Chaos as well. We can also put in our Eternal Soul. Put in our Magician's Rod. And we've got our copies of Ebonheim Magician, Magician's Salvation, Magician's Combination, Magician Navigation. We've also got a Soul Servant here, and now you'll notice we got a fair bit just with, you know, the decks that we've acquired, and with Illusion of Chaos. If you didn't happen to get Illusion of Chaos, just take it out and look. That's what we're left with. Very simple, very nice. But we'll put Illusion of Chaos in there because it's very helpful. Then what you also want to do, you want to look for Ebon Illusion Magician. So Ebon Illusion, add in multiple copies of Ebon Illusion Magician. Then we've got that, you know, ready to go for the Z summoning steps. What I will recommend, don't add in too many copies because you're not going to summon more than one of these in a single duel. You can just do this across separate duels. Make sure you add in your non-effect fusion monsters, so when you activate the skill's effect, you'll be able to send a monster from your extra deck with Battle Chronicle, which is where you're able to search out quick play spell cards that mention Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon or Successor Soul. And not really anything else we can really add for our extra deck, so we can add Master of Chaos if we really want to, you know, for a little fun here and there. But that is our first deck, which we're going to call this BLS Turbo. Now the main point of this deck, we're going to try and, you know, get the Dark Magicians onto the field so we can deep draw into our deck and look for Blackluster Soldier. That's all we need to do. Look for Blackluster Soldier. You can do some Z summons in the meantime. But once you have Blackluster Soldier in your hand, normal summon it and then just attempt to go for game to finish off the duel and get things going that way. You don't particularly want to let Auto Duel do this for you because it will take a little while for it to work. So we're gonna duel the Vagrants so we can you know, get a whole bunch of experience with Yami Yugi, get a whole bunch more gems, more deck slots. You know, if you want to build different decks here and there, you're more than welcome to. But the gems mainly is the most important part.
Here I go. If you are a true
So this is an example of, like, if we've already got Blackluster Soldier in hand, like, pretty crazy.
my turn.
See, once we normal summon Blackluster Soldier,
The forces of light and darkness intertwine.
So we normal summon Black Luster Soldier. That's one towards our alt style mission for the new skill. So, you know, we can add Secret to Dark Magic. We've already got Soul Stone in hand. We send one of these cards to the graveyard. You can, you know, use Summoner's Art. Add another Dark Magician. And you don't really need to do much else. What you can do, just go Auto Duel. Like, once you've normal summoned Black Luster Soldier, let Auto Duel do its thing, and it will, like, you know, do whatever it possibly can. Keep in mind, it may not do the best plays. And there we go, we've reduced our opponent's life points to 0, and we've gotten our first summon for Black Luster Soldier done. Now, I did have to cut a bit out there because the game started freezing. That's what happens when you emulate a Android device on a PC. It doesn't really go that well. But on a regular Android or iOS device, or even on the PC Steam version, you're not going to really have these problems unless your device really struggles with things which, you know, can be understandable. Not everyone's got modern hardware. But yeah, always keep in mind, you know, just try and get access to Black Luster Soldier as quickly as possible. If you do not have the ability to grab Black Luster Soldier quickly, then what you can do in the meantime, you can try setting up XZ summons. So here we can't really do anything. We're going to draw a card. We've got Soul Servant. So what we can do, normal summon Dark Magician. And we're going to activate the skill. So this is how we're going to try and search out Black Luster Soldier. No, do not send Black Luster Soldier with the skill. Never send it. Always send one of these two. You only have 2 activations for the skill. So we're going to go activate Secrets of Dark Magic.
Secrets of Dark Magic.
And we've got a demon here, Lucky. So we activate, you know, summon the Dark Magicians. Then what we're going to do, activate Dark Magical Circle, and we're going to change Soul Servant to add Eternal Soul. Watch this combo, guys. This is why you have, you know, the self-chain switched on. We are going to put Eternal Soul on top, but we're not going to add it. Instead, we're going to add the Dark Magician that's just popped up, and we're going to put Eternal Soul on top. So now, the Dark Magicians will draw, we set it to the field, and now that we've done that, we can activate it this turn and summon Dark Magician from our graveyard. Keep the DM you got here in hand. So then, no, we can just banish this card. Do not enable Auto Duel, otherwise Auto Duel will go for game. No XZ summon. If you really want to do it, which you can do here, go attach Ebon Illusion Magician, summon DM from hand, and then during the next turn, you can use Eternal Soul to summon Dark Magician from the graveyard. We'll banish Soul Servant, draw 2, see what we get. We got Black Luster Soldier. So already, we'll end turn, wait for the opponent to conduct their turn, and during the opponent's turn, it's frozen again. During the opponent's turn, you can summon Dark Magician using Eternal Soul, banish whatever, like, you know, cards they put onto the field, and then during the next turn, we can XZ summon Ebon High Magician. Yeah, XZ summon Ebon High Magician, then normal summon Black Luster Soldier, and that way you get your XZ summon missions done, and you also get the Black Luster Soldier mission done as, like, you get progress towards the Black Luster Soldier mission done as well. So this is all you're going to be doing for 5 duels. Make sure BLS is summoned, and then let Auto Duel do its thing. Once you've summoned BLS, let Auto Duel do its thing. It'll do whatever possible. It may not be optimal, it may not be good, but it'll get the duel done very quickly. And now we've got Black Luster Soldier in our hand once again for our 3rd summon. And if you have been sort of following along with this tutorial, I've already XZ summoned twice. So what we do, we don't use our normal summon on Dark Magician. We use our Eternal Soul to special summon Dark Magician. You know, you can draw a card if you really wish to, but you don't need to. Especially in a duel against the Vagrants. Xyz Summon. That's our third Xyz Summon done throughout this tutorial. Normal Summon Blackluster Soldier. That's our third Blackluster Soldier summon. Hit Auto Duel, and Auto Duel will just do its thing whenever. Like, however it does. See? Just sets up a whole bunch of combo. Even though it's not really optimal, it'll still do it and just quickly go for game. Just going through the missions quickly, hitting over to our live tab missions, we have our extra deck slot here. So now we have an extra slot in the extra deck for speed, but also we've managed to, you know, get the alt art of Dark Magician, and we've also got Dark Paladin as well, which you can use in your Dark Magician decks in future. Though Dark Paladin will be much harder to summon, so you can get a card like the Eye of Timaeus later on, which I will show you in this video, like just an example of how you can, like, you know, get the stuff, and just how you can build your first deck. So we're just gonna, like, I'm still cutting through bits and pieces of this tutorial, just cutting to the bits where I'm summoning Blackluster Soldier, showing the most important bits, and then once we've done that, gotten the skill, built our first deck, then I can show you the other two missions on being able to link summon and synchro summon 3 times in duels. And that way you'll have everything ready to get yourself started for Duel Links. Now, if you ever draw into a hand like this when you're grinding the missions out to summon Blackluster Soldier 5 times, and you got Summoner's Art in hand, always add Blackluster Soldier to your hand and normal summon it. Doesn't matter what else you have in your hand, just normal summon Blackluster Soldier, because the Vagrants and the early standard duelists are going to be very weak. They're not going to really have many strong cards. So yeah, like, make sure you just normal summon BLS, and then turn Auto Duel on and just let Auto Duel do its thing, which it'll just do whatever it needs to do. Sometimes it will take way longer than it needs to. Yeah, yeah, that's all I can really say about it. But yeah, boom, there you go. That's the 4th summon, and, you know, Auto Duel, like, didn't really do the most optimal things, but it still was able to attack for game. And now after this, we have one more summon left, and then we have our Master of the Dark and Chaos skill. Now, people have asked me, like, you know, in the comments, like, oh, like, or like, I've just made general statements, like, you know, oh, like, is Battle Chronicle, Bane of Darkness still going to be usable, like, with the new stuff? Like, are people, like, are the skills going to get better now with all the new support? Like, you can use those skills. There's absolutely nothing stopping you from using those skills whatsoever. It's completely, like, a personal preference thing, though. You're not going to get you're not going to get as strong results with Battle Chronicle or Bane of Darkness as you would normally with Master of the Dark and Chaos. And thanks to our luck being really good, we've got Blackluster Soldier, like, top deck ready to go. We've already normal summoned, so we just end turn, let the Vagrant do its thing. Then we grab our Blackluster Soldier, and this is summon number 5. And activate our skill. Add Secrets of Dark Magic, because Battle Chronicle can do that. Send an extra deck non-effect fusion monster. And switch Auto Duel on and let Auto Duel do its thing. Now, I was a little bit quick for the pop-up, but if we go to our character, we go to our All-Star missions, you'll notice the mission is no longer there. So that means the skill has been unlocked and it's ready to go. We've got some leftover gems here which we can spend later on. What we're going to do, firstly, we're going to go to Yami Yugi. We're going to go to our second deck slot, and we're going to start building our Master of the Dark and Chaos first deck. So all we need to do, Master of the Dark and Chaos, we're going to set it. We're going to call this deck My First DM Deck, which will get you started, ready to go. And then what you can do, you can search Dark Magician, because really that's all you need to look for. We've got you know, our Dark Magician, which looks really nice. We've got our Dark Paladin. We have our Dark Magic Attack. We got Master of Chaos, luckily, from the box. If you don't have it yet, you don't need to include it just yet. And a couple of copies of Dark Magical Circle. 1 DMG. Secrets of Dark Magic. Dark Magicians. We've even got Illusion of Chaos, which was very lucky, very nice. And a couple of copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Add in the rest of our Dark Magicians. Add in Ebon High Magician. Add in an Eternal Soul, sorry. A couple of copies of Magician Navigation. We add some Magician's Rod. We also have Magician's Salvation. Then we have, you know, Magician's Combination. Got a Soul Servant. Got a Magical Revo. And that's our deck done. If you don't have Illusion of Chaos, just take it out, boom. You have your deck ready to go. But since we did get Illusion of Chaos during the recording of this video, we are going to include it. And also what we need, we check our extra decks stuff. Add in Ebon Illusion Magician. Add in Dragon Master Knight as well. Can't forget that because it's part of the skill. And there you go. That is your very first Dark Magician deck. Now you're probably wondering, hold on, how are we supposed to summon Dark Paladin to the field? Well, what you can do, now I recommend this for beginners only when you're first starting out, because once you've really got your portfolio of cards built up really well, and you've got a lot of good cards in that, you're not going to need the Eye of Timaeus anymore. But we are going to do, actually, we can go to Duel Studio. No, we can go to Duel Studio. What you can do, you can go to the card trader. It's just easier to find in the card trader. Go exchange box chips. And if we search for Dark Magician, okay, well, Dark Magician's there, we can just go search. Now, there's a bunch of Dark Magician cards that will show up here. We've already got Dark Paladin, so we don't need it. Dark Magical Circle you can get for free with the box chips. Magician Navigation you can get for free as well. The one card we're looking for is the Eye of Timaeus. Now, I don't really particularly recommend the Eye of Timaeus, especially for, like, you know, more advanced players, because the Eye of Timaeus is something you only need to use for your hard to summon monsters like Dark Paladin. And if people want to play Dark Paladin or even Dark Cavalry, can be a bit hard to summon, then, you know, absolutely go for it. You can use it. So, got a new card, hit the Eye of Timaeus, put it in, that's our deck, ready to go. And you're ready to get started on your journey. Now, the only other things like you really need to do is just keep digging through the box for Illusion of Chaos, Magician Souls, and once you have, like, you know, all the UR cards, or once you've got both Illusion of Chaos, Master of Chaos, and Magician Souls, which we did just get a Magician Souls there, once you've got them all, you can reset the box and keep going over and over and over and over. And that's how you get your first EM deck started in less than an hour. Like, I'm checking the recording time. By the time I've done all that, gone through all the missions and that, and just cut everything down, like, this less than an hour, I've managed to build my first DM deck. It's that easy, guys. It's not too hard. Like, it's not particularly difficult. But if you follow along this video, get this done very quickly. Now, as you, like, you know, still playing through the game, remember, go for all your missions, grab all your gems, grab all your freebies, do all these other missions that pop up. Like, you will see so much stuff popping up on your screen. Any like these little event pop-ups where you can unlock missions, unlock characters, and so forth. Do those. It makes the game, like, just, you'll be able to get tons of gems, just progress through the game a whole lot quicker, and do so much. Now, for the character unlock tickets, which these are indefinite, like, these are login bonuses. The characters I will recommend if you're looking to play a Dark Magician. You cannot unlock characters that you do not have access to, so, like, these are part of different worlds. You need to unlock those worlds first before you get access to them. If you're looking for Dark Magician cards specifically, Arcana is one character you're going to need to unlock, mainly because once you get to level 25 with Arcana, you will get a copy of Illusion Magic, which can be helpful with your Dark Magician decks, which one combo does use Illusion Magic, so you will need to, like, you know, use Arcana and just grind through a little bit, leveling him up until he gets to level 25, and in which case you will get your illusion magic card, and it's the only person, it's the only character that has illusion magic. It's the only place you can get it. Now, if you've been going through the Ultimate Chaos box like I have, what you can do for our Synchro Summon missions, you know, to get the extra deck slot, we've got our Sword Soul cards. So just add in a bunch of Sword Soul cards, you know, Sword Soul. Make sure you include this as well so you can get the Synchro Summons done very quickly, because you can do this all within a single duel. You may be thinking that's a lot of Sword Soul cards, like do I really need them all? I'm saying absolutely yes. Okay, Sword Soul Mario, we only got one copy of Sword Soul Mario, funnily enough, but just whatever you can, like make sure you add multiple copies of Mario if possible, Taya, Longyan, make sure you like just add in a bunch of the Synchro Summons, you know, if you can't quite get can't quite get Cheng Ying, that's alright, you can just get Chi Xiao, or Chi Xiao. I'm sorry if I'm just butchering the pronunciation. Get that done. Now we will need a skill to speed this up, so we'll quickly save this deck. We'll make it an active deck, because I'll show you how you can do this all within a single turn, hopefully like getting the right cards. We go back to the card trader, go to the skills, exchange skills, and look for an archive skills. You need to look for speed, go for virtuous, if I've spelled that correctly. There it is, virtuous bonds. This is the Sword Soul skill. This will make getting the Sword Soul, getting the Synchro mission done a lot quicker. Plus, okay, yeah. Tool guide will show up once you grab an archive skill. If you want to read through that, you can. But yeah, so the archive skill Virtuous Bonds is for the Sword Soul deck. Plus, if you want to try out Sword Soul, do it. Sword Soul is a pretty decent deck. You will need to grab some, like Incredible Collision, the Virtuous, some other cards as well. Sword Soul is a pretty damn cool deck to watch in action. It's a little bit linear. Like it's not too bad, but it's not too bad. Like it's an alright deck. I've got no problems with it. It's cool. It's, you know, really cool stuff. So now that we've got the Sword Soul deck ready to go, it's, you know, it's a bit of a mishmash, but we're not using it for any rank duels or anything like that. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna go to our Vagrants, which if you don't want to duel the Vagrants, you can just go to World, pick any of these standard duelists, which, you know, we'll go standard duels here, ×3, make sure you got your Sword Soul deck equipped, and we're just gonna get this going. So we've got our skill activated, we've got Mario, we've got Sword Soul Emergence, so we've got stuff necessary to activate the skill. So what we need to do, we draw a card, and we've got Longyan. So what we can do, we go normal summon Sword Soul Mario, activate Sword Soul Mario's effect, revealing any card, doesn't matter which Sword Soul card it is. Then you know, summon the token. Sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought as I'm doing this, because I've got no script for this video. We Synchro Summon Chi Xiao. We're going to go Chi Xiao to add a card. Mario is going to draw us a card. Got a Longyan. Then we're going to add... So what we're going to do... Sword Soul Emergence will add a Sword Soul monster. So we need to add Sword Soul Sacred Summit. Add it to our hand. Alright. And what we do... Activate Longyan's effect, sending any card that's not Emergence or Sacred Summit. You don't want to send those cards. So send Sword Soul Blackout, summon Longyan, you'll special summon a Sword Soul token, then you Synchro Summon Cheng Ying. I think I'm butchering these names, I'm not quite sure. I apologize for anyone that's, like, you know, fans of the deck. Activate Longyan's effect, burn the opponent for 600 damage. Then what we're going to do, we're going to activate Sword Soul Emergence. Add Tire. Okay, no, I should have done this in reverse. So what you're supposed to do, sorry. What you're supposed to do, sorry. Make sure you add Tire, and then, you know, send Tire with Longyan, and then you can use Sword Soul Sacred Summit to summon the Tire back to the field. Now, good thing about this skill, this is why I said we need to grab the skill. If we read the skill quickly, if your opponent has a card on their field or in their graveyard, you can normal summon one monster during your main phase in addition to your normal summon set. So when you're going against the AI, if you're going second, you've got this combo pretty well guaranteed. Normal summon Tire. You activate its effect, banishing any card. So like, you know, just banish Blackout. Activate. Like, you know, summon the token. Summon a third time. Bingo! That's 3 Synchro summons done in a single duel. And then we'll just send anything to the graveyard. So we'll send the Golden Sword Soul, hit Auto Duel, and just let Auto Duel do its thing. And with that mission completed, we go to our lifetime missions, and we grab our 3 Synchro summons mission complete. Reward, we get another extra deck slot. Now, there is one more deck we need to build. What we need to do, we need to go to the gift box, go to our exchange tickets, and we're going to look for Thunder Dragon monsters. Reason I say this, just go okay, look for Thunder Dragon. Make sure you add 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Dark. Then we go. Then what you need to do, like, you know, hit the trash can to stop the search. Go to filter, scroll down until you find the Thunder type, which is under here. Type Thunder, and we've got, you know, Violon Prism. Add that there. So, you know, just grab some Thunder monsters. Like, you don't have to have Violon Prism if you don't want to, though it can do, like you do, just contribute to the card count. For this account, I am going to do so. Adding a Violon Prism, just a good normal summon. Then we're going to look for more Thunder Dragons. Let's see, we go okay. Thunder Dragon. We got some Thunder Dragon Matrix here. Thunder Dragon Discharge. That's actually not something we really add. So we've got that. Search for Thunder type. We got some more stuff here. Diana the Light Spirit. You know, we can special summon this Thunder Monster. Hit confirm. And if you do happen to have any more SR tickets, make sure, like, you know, just add another one. Then we can go to our rares. Now, Thunder Dragons won't particularly show up in here, so what you can do instead, just go filter, look for Thunder. Nothing there, that's alright. We'll just go to our commons, hit filter, look for Thunders. You know, we just add some Thunder monsters here, because all we need to do is we need to get the Link Summon missions done. So then we need to start building our deck, which we'll notice in just a moment. Like, you're wondering, why Thunders? What have Thunders got to do with this? Now that we don't need BLS Turbo anymore, we can just empty out this deck, and we're going to filter our cards by Thunder. Now you can change the sorting options, which you can change the, you know, rarity. Do. We've got 3 copies of Some Summer Summoner. That's, yeah, bit of a tongue twister for me. Add 3 copies to your extra deck. And, you know, add in as many Thunder monsters as you possibly can, so we can, like, you know, just pad things out and, you know, get this going. Thunder Dragon Lord is another monster you'll be able to use. Lightning Congo, Tripwire Beast. We've also got What Kid as well, which is from Yami Yugi starter deck. There we go. We just have a bunch of Thunder monsters ready to go. And we'll set it as our deck of choice. We'll just call this Thunderlink. No, just give it a little bit of a name. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna try and do this in a single duel. But we're gonna do it against a level 1 standard duelist. We're gonna go duel. We're not gonna do auto duel. We're just gonna do duel. So all Summer Summoner. Oh man, still bloody bloody hell hard to say for me today. I don't know why. Anyway, what you can do, what you need to do, just normal summon a Thunder monster. What you can do, let's see. We'll just set this monster for now. We don't really have anything else to summon, so, you know, just let the duel progress. They've got low attack monsters, and they're not really going to be able to do anything. What you can do, Thunder Dragon Dark discard itself to mill your deck a bit, which is really good. Got a monster there on the field. Then we go Tripwire Beast, normal summon it. Then we can Link Summon. This is Link Summon number 1. Thunder Dragon Matrix, since it was sent to the graveyard. We can chain Thunder Dragon Dark to mill our deck a little bit more. We've got Thunder Dragon Dark in our hand again. We've got Thunder Dragon Matrix. Well, start, it's a battle phase, deal a bit of damage. And we've got this effect as well, so discard a opponent's turn. Oh, once per opponent's turn, you can discard a card, target a Thunder monster in your graveyard except the Link monster, special it to a zone you discard points to. So, we activate some summoner discarding Thunder Dragon Matrix, target Thunder Dragon Matrix in the graveyard, summon it to the field, and then we've got everything needed to do the next link, like the other Link summon. So we go Link summon number 2, since you can use itself. We're gonna activate Thunder Dragon Matrix's effect. We don't really need to use the effect. We can just go normal summon Thunder Dragon Matrix, or any other of the other lower level monsters, and then boom. That is 3 Link summons done, all within a single duel. Then you just turn Auto Duel on and let Auto Duel do its thing. You know, Auto Duel will just do whatever. Go for game, done. That is our extra deck mission done once again. Now we just need to go to our missions, go to lifetime, claim our extra deck slot, and there we go. That is everything you need to do to get yourself started. And remember, if we have a look at our first DM deck, we can modify this a little bit more. If we just go to our text search, go for Dark Magician, we have a copy of Magician Souls. You know, we've got a bit of a deck going, ready to go. That's done. There's not really much more else to it. You've got 3 extra deck slots here, ready to go for whatever you want. If you're not sure what to get, like, you know, just play through the game, get your gems together, get your Illusion of Chaoses and Magician Souls from the box, ready to go. And if you have a look at my guide on Duel Links Meta, like, you know, I recommend some staples here and there. You know, some cards you can go for. You will be able to get a bunch of different cards with dream tickets, with some choice tickets as well that you get through your gift box. But also, I do recommend checking out Team 6K's videos. Like, they've got really good recommendations, which I'll just show on the screen here, the thumbnails of the videos. Like, you know, like the top 6 decks you can get from UR, dream tickets, top 6 cards you can get from, well, not decks, sorry, like the first one, cards. Top 6 cards you can get with SR dream tickets, like, you know, staples, like spell staples you can get, top monster staples, stuff like that. Have a look through their videos. They've got some really, really good stuff. I do absolutely recommend, you know, having a look, and also search up some other Duel Links YouTubers as well, like, you know, Duel Links free to play. You can even, like, you know, check out like Loom or even Mechlord, like people like those. Like, you know, have a look at a bunch of different YouTubers, what they recommend. You know, and grab whatever staples you're able to. In the meantime, now you got your first DM deck, you're ready to go for ranked. You can, like, you know, start grinding the ranked ladder, doing your thing, and in the meantime, make sure you are doing your beginner missions, your regular missions. Make sure you're doing the vagrants, any of these other small events that pop up, like, you know, on this side here, like not the Duel's Kingdom. You can go through Duel's Kingdom if you want to, but just make sure you do everything to get as many gems as possible. Get yourself tons of resources, and that way you'll be able to have enough gems, like, you know, just keep going through the boxes, get everything for your DM deck, and continue your journey through Duel Links onwards. So, I hope this video has proved to be very helpful. This has been a little bit of a while in the making, guys. I tried to make this initially, but it was way too long. But now, hopefully, this video was more streamlined, much shorter for you guys to have a look at, and see that you can do this all within less than an hour, and it doesn't take too much time. I do recommend, like, before closing off, if you're not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh itself, go through the game's tutorials. Like, you know, it'll teach you how to do, like, how to Synchro summon, how to Z summon, how to Link summon, teach you, like, you know, attack, defense, and so forth. Go through all of the tutorials if you're new. It's very, very good information for new players starting out. It's great, and yeah, you've got everything now to get yourself started. With that being said, Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.